What's going on, guys? We're back here again today. Welcome back to the channel, Savage Panda Projects, the habitat for horsepower. Alrighty guys, so for anybody new, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping in. Hope you guys enjoyed the last video we just put up as far as the epic C7 Audi S6 reveal. Definitely appreciate all the positivity, all of the shared excitement as far as the introduction of the new project car for the channel. So definitely going to be doing a lot of content with this particular vehicle. Excited to move on to the next platform here. So what I want to do, guys, today we're going to be doing a quick overview, just a nice first take as far as how this car performs in its stock form. Again, 2013 C7 Audi S6. The car is currently bone stock. Definitely a clean car. It's been well looked after, so kind of good to establish sort of a baseline as far as where we're starting, and then we can kind of map out how we're going to build things for the future. Oh man, it's just something about that V8, guys. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's so robust, it's so aggressive. I mean, there's something about just the presence of a V8 engine. You just can't really replicate the presence of a V8 without physically having a V8. We know we've had a lot of fast cars on the channel. We've done a lot of stuff with the 2-liter cars, your GTIs, your Audis, all that kind of stuff. And they're really fun cars. They're very quick. They respond very well to various performance upgrades. But once again, man, I'll tell you, it's just something about just that aggressive, that raw presence of having a good old V8 motor. Dude, that torque, man, it's just so nice and aggressive. I mean, you just feel that intense, like that punch in the gut, man. I can't wait to see how it does when it's tuned. I mean, it's going to be an animal. Just going to take a quick stop at the gas station. Yeah, it's about time. This 4 liter's pretty thirsty, so going to have to keep it filled up. All right, so let's see about this power here. So angry. Such an angry V8, bro. So angry. Now, something else I really enjoy on this car is the ability to have different drive modes. Was a feature I did not have on my last car, being the Project Audi A3. So moving up to the S series, once again, I really love the fact that we can switch between comfort, dynamic, and individual. Comfort is pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of like your cruisy, sort of quiet, tame, muted version as far as how the car is going to drive. Then when you switch everything over to dynamic, that's when everything gets a little bit more aggressive. The suspension changes, you get the exhaust starts to open up, you get more of that snarly, kind of throaty V8 sound. And I think pretty much most car enthusiasts are going to want to stay dynamic. That's pretty self-explanatory, but it really is nice to have that feature. I love being able to switch between the two modes. If you need to raise or lower the car, you've got the air suspension. Just a simple push of a button, you can bring it up or down as needed. So if you got any concerns, if you see a steep incline, a driveway, some kind of issue where you think you're going to get too low, hit the button, man, raise it on up, you're pretty much good to go. So as far as overall satisfaction, suspension, comfort, handling, drivability, it's awesome, man. I mean, it really is like, the best way I can describe this car, it's like driving an aggressive V8 powered quilted sofa down the road. That's what it is, guys, for lack of a better description. Now, getting back into the powertrain, of course, we're dealing with the 4.0 twin turbo V8. Absolutely a monstrous powerhouse. Certainly a force to be reckoned with. Really looking forward to tearing into this thing, seeing what kind of power we can squeeze out of this car. We've got some pretty big plans as far as making some serious gains. So you guys, overall conclusion as far as the S6, man, got really nothing but great things to say. I mean, it's an absolute beast of a motor. I love the transmission. Ride quality is great. Air suspension's awesome. Stock exhaust is pretty good. I think that we could definitely stand and make an improvement. We need to hear that V8, get some more aggression, some more tone, some more snaps and pops. But for what you're getting as is, it's really not bad. Like I said, once you switch it over to dynamic mode, it does open up the valves, so you get a little bit more of a gurgly, kind of snarly tone, but nothing too crazy. But I think we'll be definitely making some plans to improve that in the future. Taking a sharp corner here. Man, this thing really does stay well balanced for more of a big bodied car. I have to say I'm pretty well impressed with that. As far as suspension goes, I mean, you know, like I said, you already got air, so you don't have to mess with lowering springs. There's no coilovers, none of that stuff. I think if anything, the only mods I would do would probably be a set of matching sway bars and maybe even a lowering module to kind of dial in the stance, close off some of that wheel gap. But other than that, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to it. You don't have to really tear into a bunch of parts. You don't have to make things complicated. You're not worried about buying all these different shocks and dampeners, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just basically, you're at a great starting point and you can fine tune it to your individual taste, and that's about it. Now, something else worth mentioning on this S6 is this car came with pretty decent tires. They're pretty much brand new. It's a set of the Firestone Firehawk Indy 500s. A pretty well popular tire amongst the community of enthusiasts on a lot of different makes and models. I've always heard great things about them, and I'd say they feel really comfortable. They're very quiet, seems to grip well. Of course, you got the Quattro, so it's not exactly the kind of car that's going to be super tail happy anyway, but seem to be very well satisfied so far. I can't complain. I'll definitely take a good quality set of summer tires. And if I had to pick something else, if I were to do another wheel tire configuration, something of that sort, I'd probably go with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. Always a really consistent, dependable option there. A little bit pricier, but I think for the money, you know, the Firehawk Indy 500 seems to do pretty well. I've always heard great things about it, so nothing wrong with that. I'm a happy guy, can't complain. I'll definitely take him for how the car came as is. No complaints, so I'd definitely give him a thumbs up. I'll definitely consider buying him again if I had to pick up a good, overall well-performing value price summer tire. Now, something else worth mentioning, guys. I have to say, these brakes are absolutely fantastic. They've done such a great job, just the way they've equipped the cars from factory with these massive 6-piston calipers. I mean, I have nothing but great things to say about these brakes. I mean, the car like really stops very well. I mean, obviously this is an S-Series model. We're expecting some better brakes than what you're gonna find on a typical A-Series. And you also have to factor in this is a larger bodied sedan. It's a lot heavier. So, I mean, you gotta have some sufficient brakes, but you don't have to worry about chasing down big brake kits and trying to find different calipers or trying to swap backing plates, dust shields from different cars to kind of repurpose on your car. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, it's like all the heavy lifting is already done. If anything, the basic go-to would pretty much just be like the Giradisc, like the 2-piece floating system, and pretty much call it a day. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today on our first drive, first impression video. I really enjoyed this car. I'm having a great time. Certainly looking forward to some upgrades in the future. We've got some pretty big plans. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the new S6. Always curious to hear your thoughts. Guys, don't forget to like the video. Definitely helps improve the visibility of the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.